Anti-abortion protests have been banned outside a clinic in the UK. So what? This is the latest battle on the issue of abortion rights in Britain. It's a seriously controversial issue that affects people across the globe. With this latest change in the UK, things have shifted into a different gear, making abortion a freedom of speech issue. So first, let's talk about what's been going on in London. The ban was brought in after people going to clinic in Ealing in the west of the city said they felt harassed by anti-abortion campaigners.
On the way in, the language is very different. It's, Mum, how far along are you? Mum, pick a rosary for your baby. Mum, does the father know you're killing the baby today? And on the way out, it's, you need to change your lifestyle, pray so you don't end up back here.
The anti-abortion campaigners see it differently. They believe they peacefully offer women an alternative to abortion.
I have to weigh that momentary distress, which I'd rather we didn't have to cause, against the distress of somebody being coerced into an abortion they do not want. We do not tolerate harassment of anyone. We want to be there just to make the offer of a leaflet so they can find out what help is there.
So, what's been decided? Ealing Council voted to create a safe zone around the Mary Stopes clinic, meaning protesters can't enter that restricted area. But what difference will this really make? Dr. Ariane Gervaisi from Sussex Uni says it's not so much about the physical ban, but more about the wider message.
In parallel with its practical success is the message that it's sending out. And the message that it's sending out is that anti-abortion protesters' current methods around in the vicinity of these clinics is not acceptable. And that the medical care of women seeking abortions is a priority.
So what's controversial about all of this? The UK's Abortion Act was passed around 50 years ago, and it caused a few waves to say the least.
It's been one of the most controversial measures ever to come before Parliament, and it's roused MPs in the nation more than many big financial issues.
To this day, the clashes continue. So why shouldn't anti-abortion protesters have the right to campaign wherever they choose? Dr. Gervaisi on that.
The way that protest typically works, and the cases where protest is legitimate and effective, it targets power. It targets powerful bodies, powerful institutions. The idea of protest is to bring about change. In the case of the current tactics of these anti-abortion protesters outside abortion clinics, they are not targeting anybody who really has the power to make the broader changes that they'd like to see. Instead, they're targeting people at a very vulnerable moment, really, when they're seeking medically indicated care. So they've had this care signed off by 2 doctors. It is a standard medical procedure in the UK, and a legal medical procedure.
So what do other countries do to deal with abortion? How countries handle abortion laws varies dramatically worldwide. 12 countries require the woman to get the father's permission before having an abortion. In the US, abortion laws are often set by individual states, and protests against abortion are very much a freedom of speech issue, underpinned by the country's constitution. At the moment, 16 US cities and 3 states restrict protests around abortion clinics. But a recent Supreme Court ruling forced the state of Massachusetts to remove a 35-foot safe zone. Similar laws are expected to be legally challenged by anti-abortion groups. The World Health Organization say around 22 million unsafe abortions happen worldwide each year. Most of these happen in countries with very restrictive laws on abortion. And every year, 7 million women are hospitalized because of those unsafe abortions. Dr. Gervaisi says those who want an abortion will find a way of getting one.
In places where it's very difficult to access an abortion, where abortion is criminalized, we're still seeing the same sort of rate of abortions, if that makes sense. So abortions are happening everywhere. What we do know is that when they are decriminalized, when they are readily available, they're safer.
So what's happening in the rest of the UK? Abortion is legal in England, Scotland, and Wales, but you still need the permission of 2 doctors to have one. Many believe the law needs to be changed. scrap this 2-doctor requirement and allow midwives and nurses to prescribe abortion pills. It's a view held by campaigners and medical professionals like Professor Leslie Regan, the head of the Royal College of Obstetricians, one of Britain's leading experts on women's health. But cross the Irish Sea and you'll find a different story. Abortion in Northern Ireland is still illegal, unless the woman's life is threatened. So many travel from Northern Ireland to mainland Britain for an abortion. Thanks for watching So What, a new YouTube series by Channel 4 News. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get more videos like this and other great content from us. As always, we'll put links in the description for more on this story. So, is this a free speech issue? Should people be allowed to protest wherever they like? Or is it women's rights and protecting them from harassment? Tell us what you think. And if there's a story you'd like to know more about, then let us know.